Okay, Pietro asks a question. I want to start training and I would like to improve, and I love this, strength, hypertrophy, and endurance. Yeah, it's like, that question is like when someone asks me, Dan, I want to be a highly competitive bodybuilder, a triathlete, and an ultramarathoner. Okay, let's see what we can do there. However, I am confused regarding how to properly implement training regimens such as original strength. Above everything, I want to become a more functional version of myself. Now I like that. Okay, that's what I want to hear. I therefore would like to hear your thoughts on the best way to start training. you know, I have this whole website called Dan John University, where really we walk you through that. The best thing you can do in the beginning is combine, and I like the fact that you said original strength, because I'm a huge fan of original strength because I think Tim nailed it. It's mobility training program, it's movement, it's rolling, it's he talks about walking and crawling constantly. He has all kinds of interesting loaded carry variations. If you mix that with basic weightlifting, the kind we've been doing probably since Thomas DeLorme, World War II, came up with the modern concept of what sets and reps are, I think you'll be very, very happy. We have a thing on the site called the workout generator, and really it is the answer to what you need to do. You need to do a push mixed in with some original strength groundwork, some pulls mixed in with neck nods, some squats mixed in with some deadlifts mixed in, and then some loaded carries mixed in. Do that 3 days a week for a while. When we come to where to go from there, I have a lot of strength standards, and one of the problems I have is I come from an American football background, a track and field background, elite performance background. So when people ask me strength standards, very often my mind goes to, well, if you can't clean 200, 95 kilos, well then there's no way you can play. Well, play high school football. So one of the things I'd like you to do, now you can either go to Dan John University, or you can Google my name, Dan John, and Sleepless in Seattle, and get my standards. I have a whole bunch of them in there. Paul Lysingo shared some with me. I have some others. I have some older ones I don't use anymore because they were from a system I don't really trust. It was a country that the standards come from that liberally used anabolic steroids. So those numbers were really skewed. But the most important thing you do is the first standard you should have is that 3x52 standard. 52 weeks a year, you train 3 days a week in the weight room. The next standard you should have is, sleep 8 or 9 hours every night. The next standard you could have is, you should drink water as your major beverage. And what I'm trying to get across here is that when you're first coming up, especially with the things you were talking about, you need to make sure that you're covering the most basics. I always say, embrace the obvious. And to me, this is one of the most obvious things you can do. Take care of the basics, get your walking in, get your sleep in, get your protein, veggies, and water in, and then we'll move on. Pick some low-hanging fruit for standards in the beginning, and then slowly work your way up. I have people over on my coaching circle who start off, just months ago doing the workout generator. I mean, we're talking 3 sets of 8 for a couple of weeks, 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 12, nothing fancy. A push, a pull, a hinge, a squat, a loaded carry. And then now they're learning the Olympic lifts. And we're not talking about, 15, 16-year-old people. We're talking about people in their 40s and 50s learning the Olympic lifts. So that's what you want to do. You got to get started. Remember, 3x52 protocol. 3 days a week, 52 weeks a year. Take care of the essentials, take care of the basics, take care of the obvious first. And then from there, we'll talk. If you want to build all your qualities, follow the advice that not only do I give my friends on the coaching circle, but what they give me back. is take care of the basics. Push, pull, hinge, squat, lower, carry. Do your original strength. Do your walking. And slowly ratchet it up with the 3x52 protocol, 3 days a week, 52 weeks a year. Good question, and thank you.